से जवानी नहीं लाना वही आना।
मैं भी हूँ तू भी है आमने सामने, दिल को बहका दिया इश्क के जाम ने।
रच के रुलाया रच के हंसाया, मैंने दिल खो के इश्क कमाया।
मुसलसल नजर बरसती रही, तरसते हैं हम भीगे बरसात में, हो एक मुलाकात।
आंखें मेरी हर जगह ढूंढे तुझे बेवजह, ये मैं हूँ या कोई और है मेरी तरह।
इको हील दे नाल मैं कटिया एक साल वे, तैनू कदे तले जिया कर।
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Settle down, settle down. Am I audible properly? Okay. Okay, let me, there is a waiting room. There are people in the waiting room. Let me remove the waiting room. Okay. Good morning. All excited? Okay. So, myself, Utsav, and I'm not the speaker of the day. I'm here to set some ground rules. Okay. Everyone settle down. Please take your note and pen, water bottle. Okay. और जो लोग वीडियो पर नहीं है, please come on the video. Yes. Ranjit, Karan Singh, Vicky. There are a lot of people behind the screen. Please come on the video. Okay. Okay. So basically, I am here to set some ground rules. Okay. Because अगले 1 से 1.5 घंटा आप बहुत कुछ नया सीखने वाले हो, बहुत कुछ नया जानने वाले हो रिगार्डिंग द बिजनेस, रिगार्डिंग द डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्री एंड ऑल. ओके. क्योंकि एक चीज ओके या पहले सॉरी आई फॉरगॉट रिचुअल्स. हमारा पूरा दिन काम करके आए तो बहुत कुछ भरा हुआ होता है दिमाग में, राइट? सो वी नीड टू एम्प्टी आवर कप. ओके, एवरीबॉडी डेड एम्प्टी कप, क्योंकि खाली होगा तो कुछ नया जाएगा ना, करेक्ट? ओके. सो बेसिकली आज जो ट्रेनिंग मिलने वाली है, आज जो मॉड्यूल है, राइट, you will get the lots of learning regarding the industry and regarding the business. क्योंकि जो पर्सन आज यहाँ पर आने वाले हैं, राइट, the person who is came who is going to teach you, who is going to taught you, give you learning, lots of learning, क्योंकि he is the someone, मेरे सक्सेस के पीछे सिर्फ उसी का हाथ है, सिर्फ इतना बता सकता हूँ, क्योंकि पिछले 6 साल से बिजनेस में है, राइट? एंड by profession he is a mechanical engineer. Sorry, he was a mechanical engineer, because he is into this business since last 6 years and he is a full timer. Okay, He worked with many giants in the mechanical engineering, many giants company like General Motors, General Electricals. He was a supply chain manager over there. And within just 1 year in the business, he became a full-timer. And I am with him since last 5 years. क्योंकि आज जो पोजीशन पर मैं हूँ, राइट, तो just because of him. And he is not here because he did something in his corporate career, but he did something in business. That's why he is here, right? And एक गारंटी देता हूं कि अगले 1 से 1.5 घंटा 100% फोकस के साथ अगर आपने उनको दे दिया ना, राइट, यू विल गेट द लॉट्स ऑफ लर्निंग, लॉट्स ऑफ, बहुत कुछ नया जानने को मिलेगा, बिकॉज ही इज द जेम ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्रेनिंग. ही इज द जेम बिकॉज पिछले 6 साल से मैंने उसके साथ काम किया है. तो एक चीज की तो मैं गारंटी देता हूं कि जिस तरह से उसने बिजनेस पूरे अलग अलग लोकेशन पे बिल्ड किया है ना, मल्टीपल लोकेशंस इन मल्टीपल कंट्रीज एंड ऑल, राइट, तो आई वाज सरप्राइज कि इतने कम टाइम में और इतनी कम उम्र में इतना बड़ा बिजनेस बिल्डअप करना, लाइक मेरे लिए तो इम्पॉसिबल था. क्योंकि मैंने जब बिजनेस चालू किया था तो सिर्फ इसको देख के बिजनेस चालू किया था, सिंपल. मैंने पिछले 5 साल से फ्रॉम डे 1 आई एम वर्किंग विथ हिम. एंड उसने मेरा बहुत कुछ झेला है, मेरा फ्रस्ट्रेशन, मेरा ईगो वगैरह बहुत कुछ, बिकॉज लेकिन पिछले 5 साल आई कंप्लीटली सरेंडर टू हिम. एंड दैट्स वाई मैंने 5 साल मैं इस बिजनेस में 5 साल निकाल सका हूँ, करेक्ट. तो 1 से 1.5 घंटा 100% फोकस के साथ, राइट. एंड मेक श्योर 1 से 1.5 घंटा कुछ भी डिस्टर्बेंस ना आए. जो लोग मोबाइल से लॉगिन है तो मोबाइल को आप साइलेंट कर सकते हो या फिर डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब कर दो, राइट. जो लोग लैपटॉप से लॉगिन है, राइट, कीप योर मोबाइल साइलेंट. सो 1 से 1.5 घंटा आप 100% यहाँ पर फोकस रख सको. डन डील. 1.5 hour, correct. So are we ready to call him? Okay, so guys, please help me welcome my upline, my guru, my big brother, my rich dad in this business, Mr. Yogesh Viradia.
Thank you so much, Utsav. Hi guys, hi. Good morning. Am I audible to everyone? Is it audible? Wonderful. And I'm visible too, right? To all of you. 1 second, I need to see all of you. I need to put myself on the gallery. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Utsav. I was wondering whom you are talking about. Believe me, guys, I am not the one who was talking, right? Sometimes you have to empty your cup. I have to empty my cup. Okay, I am not the person what he was talking of. Okay, great. Okay. All good with English. Everybody is good with English. There are many people who are on YouTube live streaming. So would be Hindi and English. Believe me. Okay, I'll try to remain in English, but yeah, basically Hindi thoda aata rahega. Okay, great guys, great. So around 8:20, I used to be with my family this time. This used to be my time when I was in job. So if somebody asked me to join any meeting at this time, I used to be like, oh my God, no, I'm not free. I need time for my family. And many of you must be feeling like this. Is it? Yeah. Okay. But this will be worth of, right? You will understand the importance of the time that you're spending for the training in the business, right? Over a period of time. Okay. Many non-faces. Great, guys. So I'll tell you, Utsav had talked a few things about me, but I'll give you a brief introduction. My name is Yogesh Viradia, and was born and brought up near to Rajkot. It was a small village or small town near to Rajkot. So pure Gujarati, and you would understand, right? My English, Hindi, and every language would be there in Gujarati. Okay, and went for my engineering. Passed from University of Pune, started working for different companies. Had life like most of you will be in corporate, right? So I had the same life, going to office, coming back to home, and enjoyed the life, right, for many years. And all of a sudden, few things happened, and it was a wake-up call. I realized that I need something else. Started searching for the business, and it has said that when you search for something with right intent, you get on the right time. And I got this opportunity. So many a time, when a new people, like most of you will be new to this business, you would have passed a week or two, yeah, or many of you would be more than a month or two. So when I talk to a new people, I reflect myself in their experience, right? What you guys are feeling right now. Believe me, guys, I've been through this, all of these things, right? Wherever you are right now, been almost 6.5 to 7 years in the business. But then I realized that what was the different, what was the thing, जो शुरू में when I was like you, a common man or a simple guy who never had an experience of any business. But how did I retain myself? What was that one thing that I did differently? Or what happened to me while in my training or in the journey throughout these many years, which kept me here? And one clear thing was that it is a clarity of the concept. It was a clarity what I was into, right? It was a clarity of the vision and understanding about the business. But many a time it happens like most of you would have never tried any business before this. True. By the way, guys, this would be one-way communication. So this is yes, this is no. Would that be fine for you? And I hope, right, you will take that effort to raise your hand and with it for yes and no, so that I'll be able to understand, right? I'm reaching you. Okay. So I was saying that the few things, right, which generally change your understanding towards the business, for any business, specifically when you do not have any experience for the business, right? So for me, it was really difficult. I'll be very honest. Okay. Is that okay? Fine for you guys. Okay. I hope the crowd is enough mature to understand, right, that we are into a business where we are supposed to build huge wealth and financial freedom, right? And the concept has to be on the surface to understand very clearly. True. So I was born and brought up in Gujarat, and because of the culture here in Gujarat and people around me, the business was very common for me. Yeah, every week I found somebody from my far relatives or from different friend circles or people around in neighbors. Okay, they're talking about the business. Somebody has started the business. Somebody stopped doing the businesses. Right. So the business has a specific definition in my mind. Right. When I was looking for a business, that very traditional one, that okay, you trade something, you manufacture something, okay, and all this kind of concept. So when I started this business, it took a long time to understand and accept this model as a business model. How many of you are feeling this? How many, of being very honest, feeling finding difficult to accept this as a business model, right? Few honest people here. Good, very good. Okay. So guys, I was one of you. Don't worry about that. Okay. Maybe wahi pe tha kabhi na kabhi. So you too will reach here one day. There are strong chances. Okay. So I'll tell you, for me, I had witnessed businesses since my childhood where you see lots of hustles since morning to evening. You keep working, you have lots of problems and activities to handle. Yeah. Where there are products and mostly in Gujarat, the people are into manufacturing or trading businesses, right? We don't, so far what I have seen is technical and technological businesses are very less here. People really want to go into the tough traditional businesses where you can see products moving, right, and money in your hand. So I had seen these things. So for first 2 months, as I told you, it was difficult to accept this as a business. But when I went through this business understanding, the model that session that we are going to discuss today, it cleared me many things in my mind, right? The problem, I'll tell you, what was the problem with me? I had seen business. I'd never become part of a business. Okay. So I had seen people running the businesses, but I'd never understood what they are going through as a person or as a businessman. What business takes to run and to take it to the different level, to maintain and retain the business, what and all you have to sacrifice, I never understood. Okay. So today we are going to saying it Abpq. When I understood this, the session that we are going to discuss name is Abpq. Right? I had heard ABCD analysis or ये सब सुना है यार. Abpq क्या होता है? I never heard that. So how many of you know what is Abpq? None of you had asked. How many of you have asked your uplines or your partners what is this training is all about? Good, very good. So I'll tell you what it is. Okay. So we are going to understand different scenarios, different comparisons, business A and business B versus professionals and QNet, right? That is what it's all about. Okay. So I'll tell you in few lines. When I started, right, 6-7 years of my job experience, I started making money. My dad was a farmer. Okay, was a typical farmer in Gujarat. So satisfaction was something that was installed in my mind. Whatever you get from the job, be happy. And somewhere I was enough lucky that I was making, the money which my dad used to make in a year, I was making in a month. He was very happy and he was very satisfied that, okay, my son is amazing. He's very successful. And so how I started thinking the same way. Okay. And time has started passing. And within 2-3 years, I understood that, okay, now I'm making money. I purchased few credit cards. Okay. And, when you understand that, okay, your job gives you good money, your expenses started, suddenly start increasing, right? जब अच्छे पैसे मिलते हैं आपके बिजनेस में, आपकी नौकरी में, तो अचानक से खर्चे बढ़ने लगते हैं. You cannot control it. The same thing started happen. My dad one day came to me कि बेटा एक कार ले लेते हैं. I said okay, because of my salary, many personal loans and car loan companies keep calling me. So one day I called somebody and they said, okay, we are offering you a car loan. So I purchased a car. Okay, and then for some function, okay, my dad said we need money. Okay, I had a personal loan. Okay, and we were planning for a house. Okay, I was planning to go for a house loan, and this is used to happen. This used to happen, right, with everybody. घर लेने के लिए होम लोन लेते हैं, कार लेने के लिए कार लोन ले लेते हैं. We go for a personal loan if all of a sudden some uncertain expense happens in life. Today I realize it was the story of every typical man in his life, right? That if we understand what is wealth means any positive asset. But throughout our life, if we understand the line of wealth, right, hardly would be able to maintain in a positive. सरप्लस मुश्किल से रहता है, राइट? प्लस बैलेंस मुश्किल से रहता है. माइनस रियलाइज नहीं होता बिकॉज लोन्स होती है ना, होम लोन. बैंक वाले रोज आपको याद नहीं दिलाते कि ब्रो यू हैव टू गिव मी 20 लाख 30 लाख रुपीस, एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी डोंट फील दैट ओके दे आर लायबिलिटी. They don't remind you. Okay, so let's understand. I'll share my screen. Okay, one second. Huh? Let me know once you are able to see the screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? It's good? Okay, fantastic. So typical story, what I was talking is the typical, okay, who can start a collaboration? Okay, let us understand the typical story of an average person, right? One second. Understanding this blue line is a net worth, right? Anything above the blue line is a positive worth. Anything below is a negative. So I understood. I started my job, right? Going to office, coming back to home, going to office, coming back to home, right? And making money. So my salary came, my net worth is positive. I spend the salary, it comes to neutral. Salary came, salary gone, salary came, salary gone. And then one day my dad came to me that let's purchase a car. Okay. So how did you purchase? Lots of people to offer you car loan. Okay. This is how it happens. The moment I purchased a loan, I never realized that, but actually that was there, right? One second. Huh? One second, guys. Okay, fantastic. So the moment I purchased a car, my net worth went negative. But then I was happy. I was not able to understand because the money was flowing. Every month I was getting the salary, right? And that is why from here, one second. Yeah. Money coming, salary came, salary gone, salary came, salary gone. Okay, after a few years, I will go for my house, and again my net worth went even negative. True or not? Yeah. जैसे net worth और ज्यादा डाउन में हुआ, इसका मतलब यहाँ से लेकिन सैलरी आ रहा, because you are making money, you never understand what is the liability. But this kept going. अब ये जो and most of the time people are willing to pay this and willing to live this life till 50-55. True, by the time you will be pay for 20-25 years of home loan, right? And one day you will be happy. Oh my God, this is the last month of my EMI. True or not? Right? And you'll be happy. क्या होगा? हाँ, your net worth would come in positive. Agreed? जैसे ही पॉजिटिव में net worth आ जाएगा, तो आपको लगेगा चलो अभी पैसा बच रहा है, माइनस में नहीं जा रहा, तब तक बच्चे बड़े हो जाएंगे, दे आस्क फॉर द एजुकेशन लोन। ट्रू। आपकी लड़की, आपका लड़का, कोई भी है, दे आस्क डैडी मुझे लंदन जाना है, व्हाट यू विल डू? You go for education loan, but you for some time you're going to pay. You have to pay it, correct? Then your net worth is negative. So this keeps going, and you don't realize because it's so smoothly. It keeps you there in the negative world. And the same thing has happened with our father and their fathers and their fathers, and that's why we are here. And when I understood this, right, I started searching for the business. Okay, so all of you are here because someday you were searching for some opportunity, correct? Now let us understand, guys, that, sorry, I stopped my screen. Yeah, let's understand that you were, we never started this business for a minute, right? Or for some 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Let's understand that we did not start this business and we are yet to start. Okay, and now you have multiple options. You have a business, आपको एक traditional business दिख रहा है trading का, and you have this QNet. Now let us compare. Correct? Actually going in detail, let's understand that what happens in traditional businesses. True. And then we'll decide कौन सा business करना चाहिए. Are you guys with me? All of you? Fantastic. Okay. So let's say कि हमने QNet नहीं किया होता, और जैसे मुझे कोई भी ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस चाहिए था, वैसे आप भी कोई ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस ढूंढ रहे होते, राइट? लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड कि ऐसा कोई ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस हमने चालू किया। I'll share my screen again. Okay. Okay. So let us understand an option A as a business that you are planning to go for. Okay. Now a business where you are looking for not a profit of billions all of a sudden, but you are looking for a profit of 1 lakh per month. Yeah. You are looking for a profit of 1 lakh per month, means 15 odd lakhs per year pre-tax. Okay. तो आपको एक ऐसा बिजनेस चालू करना, अब उसके लिए क्या चाहिए? You must create a turnover. 1 lakh rupees आप 25%, 20-25% भी, margin, pure margin, which is not possible nowadays in most of the businesses, but still, if you think कि ऐसा कोई business जिसमें 25%, right, you get net profit, तो भी आपको 5 lakh rupees per month का turnover होना चाहिए, which is 60 lakh rupees per year turnover, right? For that, the minimum investment would be 15 to 20 lakh. Agreed or not? Right? With minimum investment of 15 to 20 lakh rupees, you'd be able to create 60 lakh turnover, right, which is 3 times of your net investment, and you will make 1 lakh per month. But for that, the rotation ratio should be minimum 4. Let's consider कि आप, see, rotation ratio का मतलब क्या होता है? What does it mean, rotation? Rotation means what money you are putting in the business, right? That money works in the business model. The services would be delivered to the client, and you will receive the money back from the client, and you are making your profit out of that billing. Or again, you are going to put your money in the business. That is one cycle. Let's consider such 4 rotation in a year. Now, in order to set this business, this kind of business where with 15-20 lakh rupees, you are creating 60 lakh turnover, what you would need? First thing, दुनिया का कोई भी business चालू करने के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए? Concept. See, आप लोग यहाँ पे हो, ऐसा तो नहीं है ना? It is not that we have never thought about business. In last many years, we have been thinking about business, true, right? But why we did not start? Because we could not get a right concept or idea. The first thing that you need is idea or a vision. And it's really difficult to find out an idea, where you can actually be able to fulfill your dreams. But let's say you are lucky and you found an amazing idea. What else do you need? A capital investment, right? One capital investment to start up the business, and then a running capital too, right? A running business to run the business. What else do you need? Company setup, right? Register of companies, ROC registration. कौन से areas की company में आप जा रहे हो? Let's say you are starting a chemical business or a manufacturing one or a trading one, yeah, any kind of business, or a service provider in a consultant or maybe in an education services, whatever kind of business that you want to go for, you may need to set up all this according to the rules of Indian government. It's not that easy, I'm telling you, right? Me and my friend few years back, we tried to have our own company, right? You have to go through, we don't have time to go in detail, otherwise I'll tell you, and the struggle that one has to go to register the company. Okay, anyway, अब suppose आपने सब कुछ कर दिया, you have idea, you have capital investment, you registered the company, right? But you need an infrastructure. छोटा मोटा ऑफिस तो चाहिए. आपके क्लाइंट्स आएंगे, कहाँ बिठाएंगे हम? Where will you meet your client? What are you going to show? Where is the office? So you need an infrastructure, a small office. अब आप अकेले तो सब कुछ नहीं करोगे ना, You need resource, maybe a small peon. Let's say you start a business. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि भाई marketing भी आप ही करो. You will go for sales. You only will go and design and get it manufactured. You only will go to the client and ask for the collection and money and finance. You need resources. You need people. True. And for that, you need expertise. I mean, along with this, right? What do you need? Skill expertise. Right. For an example, I was an engineer. So, see, whatever you studied, most of the time you go for, the specific industry of business, right? If I became an engineer, I would mostly choose a business where I have a talent or I have skill for. But what if you are going for a different business where you don't have those skills? You have to hire those skills, right? And it means you are dependent on somebody else. True. So skills and expertise. So let us consider you have done all these things. You set the business. Somehow you manage to rush and manage to, align all the resources. And now you set up the business. It is day one, right? Now what and all happens? Let's understand what happens in the business. The first thing is the realities. It means what happens in the real business. See why I'm taking you through all these things, because I realized that I wanted to start a traditional business, but I never had idea that traditional business ki journey hoti kya hai, right? How many, and this is also what we are going to discuss, all these points, that ideas and vision and capital and company setups. These are very brief today. In detail, if anybody of your friend, right, who reached to the turnover of 5 crore or maybe 60 lakh or 1 crore, go and ask them if he has been managing to do the business last 5-10 years. You'll understand. One of my friend was CA, and I used to get a chance to sit with him many a time. So because he was a consultant also, many people used to visit him, and when I used to hear his client talking about, yaar aapka acha hai yaar, you get you get money easily, aapka fixed time hota hai, you come to office in morning at 9 and go back to your home by 8-9. यार हमारा बिजनेस में तो ऐसा होता है. When they cry for their problems, I was like, my God, right? Thank God I have this business of QNet. That you guys will realize later on, right? So let us understand the reality. The first reality is talent acquisition and retention. Whatever business you are into, you need resource, as we discussed, right? When you need a resource, understand this. One second, guys. Am I able to? Am I clear to all of you? Is audible properly? All the way? Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so the first is talent acquisition. So if you really want your business to reach to the height that you really want, you need good skill, because you will not be able to do everything as I told you. You need people, expertise, right, for every area. In order to identify the good people from good colleges, you need to pay them good packages, right? If you need a good business management person, you need to hire somebody who is an MBA from good, renowned universities. True or not? Now, if you hire that person, you'll train them, right? You'll make him expert of your system. What is the guarantee that he will live with you, right? He's going to be with your organization for how many years? Is there any guarantee? The retention is very difficult in any business. And that's why most of the time, a traditional businessman, right, they have to understand their own business. Because sometimes if someday somebody leave, right, they should be able to play the role. And that hanging sword is always on the head. What if somebody will leave tomorrow? And most of the time, one of my friend is in pharma. He was a regional manager. Okay. So he used to tell me, he's been changing many companies so far. Whenever he changed the company, he takes his entire kafla, entire team to the other company. Imagine what will happen to the company that he has been working. Right? If we are an employer and your 10-15 people's team, right, the next day will put a resignation. Within a month, that entire department is open. You have to hire new people. You have to train them again. And again, we'll have to remain in insecurity. Right? How long they will be with you? True or not? Yeah? What is next? The reality says, understand these terms: accountable, receivables, and payable. Right? Accountable receivables are those money which you have to receive from the clients whom you have, sold the services or products. Payable are those money that you have to pay to your clients, the suppliers, or maybe the resource that you purchase your raw material, right? In general, in traditional business, accountable receivables is always greater than account payable, because many a time you may have to pay in advance. But in order to remain in competition, आपको कोई भी टफ मार्केट में टिके रहना है, राइट? सो हाउ कैन यू ब्रेक द कंपटीशन? One, by delivering the good products or good services, right? The other is by giving them a good credit limit, a long credit, right? Or maybe providing products in a cheaper rates. But if you are new to any business, it will be really difficult. The only way would be with you is to give them a longer credit. And initial 5 years, that's why it's really difficult. Yeah. So, and I remember even today, right? When I was a part in between supply chain and sales, right? I had worked as a sales department, in a sales department, as a person who can take care of sales and operation planning. I've been watching my colleagues, right, who had to run behind follow-ups. Bro, it's been sir 6 महीने हो गए, sir 7 महीने हो गए, sir it has been 180 days and we are yet to collect this payment. Sometimes they have to travel to meet them without telling them that we are coming to you, right? It's always difficult, right? Account payables and account receivables, to manage these things in any business, right? चलो ये भी suppose आपने कर लिया. What do you need to start a new business? Is support system and mentorship, right? Any of your friend or relatives, or maybe somebody on Google, nowadays we get lots of idea from Shark Tank, right? It looks like people have got so much motivation. Shark Tank, season 1 has taught people, like, everybody want to become entrepreneur, right? So, but see, it gives you idea. It's not that easy that Shark Tank shows you, but that people that we understand on a TV screen, people, right, who are into traditional business can vouch my words. True, right? You can get an idea. If you don't have an experience, you need support system. But do you think, let's say your uncle, in relatives, some uncle has suggested you, bro, you can do this business. You started a business. Will that uncle, help you in future when you are struggling in the business? Will he help to get you right clients? Will you find any mentor whom you can rely? Because whoever has shown you a business, if he is in the same industry, you will become his competitor, right? Why would you teach him? Why would that person teach you? Because he will teach you, you may be his risk tomorrow. In traditional business, nobody can help you. That selflessness, with the selflessness attitude, that okay, yeah, no problem, I'll help you to grow, right? And that is why, because there is no support system, there is no mentorship, it will be always hit and trial for initial few years. If you got succeed, yeah, you can have a story that, yeah, I struggled this way and I have done my business this way. But actually, it always will remain hit and trial. Yeah, ho gaya to ho gaya, warna lag gaya. And that's why it is said that 90% of new startup companies, right, shut down in first 5 years. Why do they shut down? Right? They never plan to shut down when they start this business. That's because of all these realities of the business, right? And let us say you started any business. What about the break-even and profitability? Nowadays, in any business, it's really difficult to reach to break-even for 2-3 years. And being into this reality for 2-3 years, it's really difficult to survive. Correct? Because we are talking about 60 lakh turnover. Agreed? These all are realities where, because you'll have to keep struggling with these things, scalability would be next to impossible. Because if you want to scale your business, you need more money to put, right? If you add more money, more responsibilities, and because you are the only person running the business, right? You are the only owner. It all become more risk with more return. Because if you want to increase the return, you'll have to increase the risk. Right? Today, let's say we are in this business. Look at the scalability of this business. Right? All of you are in different countries, maybe different locations, different states and different cities. But still, today we are able to connect and learn from each other. But tomorrow, if you have a factory and you want to have your business in Dubai or maybe in Singapore or other country, do you think it is easy to have a business, to scale your business? Right? Lots of formalities, international business standards and legalities and terms, right? Got the point? This is what it is. And with this, the business becomes person-centric. Yeah? It runs when you are there. What if tomorrow you are not there? You're not allowed to get, fall sick. You're not allowed to have holidays. My dad, eventually after a few years, he started the pan ka dukan. He started a kirana and provisional store. He used to say that this is my business. but he never realized that the business doesn't belong. He belongs to the business. Because every morning, our village had only 1,200 to 1,300 people. The population of that village was 1,200 to 1,300. And there were 6 such stores. The competition was very high. If my dad had to stay in the competition, he had to wake up every day in the morning at 5 o'clock and open the shop. Right? And to keep the shop open till 12 midnight. Otherwise, there is high competition. True. So and let's say I still believe, I still remember my marriage, the next day my dad has to open the shop. Because the fear was, what if I'm not there? The customers will go to the other people. The clients will go to some other person. True. It always been person centric. See, जब हम जॉब में होते हैं ना, नौकरी करने वालों को लगता है कि यार बिजनेस करना चाहिए, बिजनेस करने में आजादी मिल जाती है, फ्रीडम मिलती है, you will have a time, right? You can do everything on your own time. No, it's all bullshit. I'm sorry for my words, but still I'm telling you. Yeah. You must understand the realities of the business. You will see, in fact, in the job, you will be free after 9 to 6, maybe after 6 or 7. Yeah. But in business, the business remain with the person 24/7. Okay. I've seen my uncles, even at home after dinner, they kept talking about the business, right? They used to receive the calls from the factory. There is a machine breakdown. There is some labor who got injured, right? And they have to, stay on alert for the income tax raid and falana and dimka and all the way, right? And all this tension comes to the person who owns the business, because it's all become person centric. True. And with this culture, with this thing, do you think there will be any working time? Do you think such business, let's say considering option A, when you are looking for, while you are where you are right now, right? I mean, many of you will be in the job. We started this QNet along with what we were doing, right? But do you think such business can be done along with the job, along with current job, or along with current business? Is it easy? Easy to maintain and manage all these realities of the business if you start such business? Very difficult. True or not? Right? And even if you've been able to do these things for a few years, and someday now you're fed up with these things, and you think, okay, enough now. I don't want to take this tension. Can you quit from the business? You really cannot. Yeah? Because if you would have created a business of 60 lakh at turnover, right? If you manage the business for 3-4 years, you may have liabilities. You would have managed the money from bank loan, right? There are lots of liabilities. Account payable and receivable are pending. You cannot just quit, right? And that's why it has been said in traditional business, people spend half of the life to build the business and rest half of the life, right, to just maintain, just because they cannot leave. Yeah. And they cannot live till their children take over the charges, right? वो जो कांटे वाला जो मुगट है, वो जब तक उनके सिर पे नहीं जाता, तब तक you have to keep running this thing. And who after you, believe me, if you don't want to do this, right? Who will be doing this? Tomorrow, tomorrow your son or your daughter would come to you, Daddy, I don't want to do this business. Right? I want to study, medicine. So maybe I want to become musician or actor or dancer. I don't want to do this business. All the hard work, right? All the struggle, sufferings, difficulties that you had been doing for next few years, it will end with the day when you end the business. Right? Because this business might not go to your generation. True. This is a reality of any business in the world. But the problem, because we never become a part of any business in detail. Right? And that's why I had been thinking, I was searching, it opened my eyes, because the day when I understood this module, I understood that, my God, I really wanted to go for such business. It means this would have become another job, in fact. Right? Because all these things, even if happen, there is no guarantee that this business will run or keep running for a few years. The risk is always there. Right? So this has cleared my concept. And the moment I understood all these realities and I was able to compare, I was able to relate, because I had been witnessing businesses. I told you, मैंने मेरे बचपन से businesses देखे थे. तो ये जैसे मैंने realities देखी पूरे business की, I was able to relate कि हाँ यार, ये देख मेरा दोस्त, उसकी जिंदगी ऐसी ही है. My friend, he has been through the same thing, right? Now let's understand, for the same opportunity, let's compare QNet or this business, right? With point to point with this opportunity. Let us understand option B as a QNet. Yeah. Okay. So for profit of 1 lakh per month, what do you need? 15 lakh per year, pre-tax amount, income, right? Let's understand in business of QNet, you want to make 1 lakh per month that you started right now. Okay. What do you need? Does turnover applicable here? Do you have to take care of your turnover? Do you have to worry company's turnover? Is not applicable. Yeah. What's an investment? There, in order to reach to 1 lakh profit of month, right? You must have an investment of 15-20 lakh rupees. What is an investment in our business? Guys, you must know these things. Tomorrow, right, when you grow in the business, right, you might be discussing with anybody. See, you will be confident only when you have a knowledge. And this clarity had helped me. As I told you that I had been, I'd been working, or I'd been making money and achieving my dreams so far in this business because the concept was clear here. After this module, I understood the reality. Okay. The investment is zero because the moment you got this, you start this business, you get the product for your money, right? You get the value for your money. Okay. Rotation is still not applicable, right? What do you want now in order to, settle your business for 1 lakh per month? What do you want in this business to set up? You need a goal, right? You need your own goals, right? To remain or to retain in this business. इस business की जर्नी में टिके रहने के लिए the only important thing that you really need is goals. Now tell me, is it really difficult to have your own goals? Is it difficult? Hey, it's really difficult because we never thought of. True? हमने कभी खुद के गोल्स या खुद की ड्रीम्स कभी देखे ही नहीं, मतलब उसके बारे में सोचा ही नहीं, इसलिए डिफिकल्ट है. तो इस बिजनेस में यू नीड योर गोल्स, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आपका सबका वेलकम हुआ होगा, आपने बिजनेस भी देखा होगा. इन द फर्स्ट मीटिंग इटसेल्फ वी टॉक अबाउट गोल्स because we knew there is nothing difficult in the business. The only thing which is challenging is if you don't have your own goals, that will be difficult, right? Okay. What else do you need to set up the business? Product purchase, right? You transact and you get the virtual office, right? And you have your own dashboard. Okay. You need a Wi-Fi, laptop, and phone, which is anywhere, necessity, right, today. So there is no specific investment. In order to set up this business, you really don't need any office or a peon, right? Or any infrastructure or company registration and all these things. Okay. Now let's understand what is reality of this business. Yeah. Versus reality of option A that you would have done it, right? Realities of this business would be maybe 10-15 hours of work per week, right? Can this be done with your job or with the business that you are doing? Possible है. इस बिजनेस में 1 लाख पर मंथ की इनकम तक पहुंचने के लिए यू नीड 10-15 hours of work. Is this possible? Yeah. What is the real skill acquisition, right? I tell you, to start this business, you don't really need any skill, right? To start, I'm taking it. To start this business, you should not be skilled, but you'll be trained here for every skill, right? हर चीज आपको यहाँ पे सिखाई जाएगी. ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस में आता है कोई आपको स्किल सिखाने के लिए? नो, यू हैव टू हायर पीपल, राइट? You need to hire people from different agencies of different industries according to the skill that you required. Here, everything will be trained properly. Yeah. Support system, guys, believe me. Last 6-7 years, if I am in the business, just because of the support system and the mentorship. The biggest problem, with me when I wanted to start the business was, first, I could not leave my job. And many of you will agree on this, right? जब business चालू करना था तो हमारी already एक income resource था. That you cannot leave that income resource, right, overnight, because this brings bread and butter. The other thing was, I did not have that big money with me, being an employee, right? Even if I would have managed, money, or maybe found a business which can be done with my job. The third problem was I had never done business. The biggest fear was, मैं नहीं कर पाया तो. I'll tell you on this point, when I took this, decision for this business, genuinely, I did not understand the business. I understand the people here in this business. The person who was showing me a business, he was IIM Lucknow graduate guy. When I signed up in the business, I understood being an engineer, right? I would never be able to remain in touch of such people. Where I was getting, today I'm working with a person, right, who is 100 times qualified than me. And many of your upline would know, right? My working upline is Biju Dada, and he was an area director of a Citibank. A person who is knowledgeable in all the different fields, all different areas of the world. He's got his life experience, his experiment, and he was willing to teach me there. He's willing to support me. He's there to hold my hand today, right? It means a person who is already 12, 13 years of experience is guiding me, right? Which wouldn't have happened anywhere in any business otherwise. True or not? So when I started a business, for me, I did not understand the business. So I had 2-3 questions in my mind. The first question was, am I really open and hungry for any business opportunity? Do I have a strong goal? The question was yes. The answer was yes. The other question was, will I be able to do this business? Honestly, the answer was not sure. दूसरा क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में आया था, क्या मैं बिजनेस कर पाऊंगा? My answer was not sure. तीसरा क्वेश्चन आया, मैं सपोज नहीं कर पाया तो do I have people here will help me do this business? क्या यहाँ पे ऐसे लोग हैं जो मुझे करवा सकते हैं, जो मुझे सपोर्ट करने के लिए रेडी है? And the answer was yes, and that is what I really wanted. And that's how I started, right? And the biggest thing in this business is support system. Yeah. And it's not at all hit and trial. Why? Because whoever your upline, आपको जिसने इस बिजनेस में रेफर किया, he had already been the journey that you are going to travel. Agreed? Right? आप जो चीज में से जाने वाले हैं, आपको जो भी experiences होने वाले हैं, they have already experienced. And that's why it would never be hit and trial. आपको जो भी किया मतलब बताया जाएगा, there it will have some meaning. Yeah? Okay? What about break even? It's not applicable actually, because the moment you put your money, you get break even. You get the value. That's why when you get money, when you make a profit, जितना आपने डाला उतना निकालते हो, तब तक break even बोलते हैं उसको. The break even happens immediately in the business. Yeah. What else? Understand the scalability. We all of us are right now the biggest example of scalability. We all are in different locations, as I told you, right? But still business is running. Many of you I really don't know, but still I'm there to share my experience. And whenever you go through other trainings, आप अलग अलग ट्रेनिंग से जाओगे, काफी सारे ऐसे सक्सेसफुल लोग आपको सिखाएंगे जिनको शायद आप कभी ना मिलो या फिर कभी नहीं मिले हो, right? Is it difficult to scale? It is scalable at every location of the world. True? Right? Because we are online. Right? Okay? Okay. As I said, applied involves in all the activities. आपको जितना भी यहाँ पे बोला जाएगा, जो भी करना होगा, राइट? यहाँ पे आपने एक बार बिजनेस, ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस आपने चालू कर दिया, एंड देन you have to keep running the business. There will be no as a physical person or physical support to train you. यहाँ पे in all the activities you will have somebody, right? आप जिन लोगों का एक बार बिजनेस चालू हो गया, उनको पता है आपको जो भी बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज होगी, इन्फो है, इनवाइट है, बिजनेस मीटिंग्स है, ट्रेनिंग्स है, you will have somebody to hold your hand all the times. Yeah. So सोचिए 24/7 you will find somebody to guide you, to train you, to teach you. Right? Do you think आपके अपलाइन आपको कोई गलती करने देंगे? Right? You just need to follow them. Yeah? Okay? It is a system centric. It means tomorrow, if let's say something happened to me, or I choose, right, to retire, or maybe if I want to invest into different interest of my life, my business still will work. Yeah, because I will have a system. You see, many of your upline are not here in this meeting, but still business is working. Agreed or not? Why? Because it's system centric. Unlike traditional businesses where you cannot come out, you cannot leave this business create a system which can run without you. Yeah. And I tell you, this is a real world business school. Yeah. Because of people who had gone through an experiences, who have tried and tested all these things, will be there to train you. Okay. And I tell you, if all of you, if you can stay there in this business for next 5 years, right, you will be able to do any business of the world, any business, right? Because the people who are training here, your uplines, all the uplines there, they all are successful people from different industries. True. There are people who were CEOs, people who were area directors, people who were AVPs and VPs, right? A marketing head and regional head, who were building systems for different organizations, right? There are successful businessmen and owners here in the business where we will be able to learn from, which can teach us the real values of the business, the real world business school. We can say that. Yes, if you are willing to learn, right? Otherwise, I mean, in traditional business, once you start a business, you will never have a chance or time to learn from other industries, right? Suppose आपने मैन्युफैक्चरिंग या ट्रेडिंग बिजनेस चालू किया, उसी बिजनेस में पूरी जिंदगी निकल जाएगी. True or not? Yeah. After you, there will be a system. If tomorrow your child or your kid choose not to do this business or choose to do something else, this business will remain asset to them. It will remain a wealth. Correct? अब सोचिए, अब क्लियरली ये दो बिजनेस को अब 5 से 10 साल का छोटे बच्चे के सामने, if you go to a kid of a 10-year-old and showing this both the scenarios, option A versus option B, what it takes to setting up the business and what it takes to setting up a QNet, what are the realities and what will be the reality in this business B, what do you think? Even a kid will say, right, which business you should go for? True. If you are not, very, very much specific and rigid for a traditional business, yes, you must leave that attachment. You must understand and accept the universal understanding of a businessman, right? And of entrepreneurship. Correct? But the only risk, I'm telling you, the only risk in this business is opportunity, the cost of opportunity. Right? You started a business, you become a part of the business, but if you don't start on time, right? The opportunity is a cost. That is a risk. Today, fortunately, we all of us are here of this family, part of this family. What if we haven't started this business and went into something else? We would have never been understand. आपको कभी समझ में ही नहीं आता कि यार ये बिजनेस क्या दे सकता है. Got the point? Right? अब काफी लोगों के दिमाग में, I'll tell you, काफी लोगों के दिमाग में ये रहेगा कि ठीक है यार, you have compared this opportunity with option A as a business. Yeah. Let us but profession are more good. Many of you, like maybe a CA or a doctor or a professional, right? Or somebody or lawyer or in a good job. Of course, they are good income resources. Let's understand now, right? This was business A versus option B, like option A versus option B. Now let's understand a different scenario, right? A profession versus QNet. Okay. Let us understand a profession. आप ऐसी जॉब कर रहे हो जहां पे आपका 1 लाख रुपीज पर मंथ सैलरी है. ओके, वहां पे वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट a business which can give you 1 lakh rupees per month, income. Now let's understand not about a business. You are working somewhere as an employee and you have 1 lakh rupees per month salary. If you have 1 lakh per month salary, you are amongst 0.001% population of India as an employee. Yeah, it's not that easy. See, once you reach there, let us say somebody of you is 1 lakh or more than 1 lakh. Once we reach to 1 lakh of salary, or once we reach to 12 lakh, 13 lakh, 14 lakh of package, we really don't calculate, right, what and all we had spent for, right? Educational cost. So what it needs. Abhi aajkal, because I have my daughter, and my daughter, she is right now in nursery. KGs. The KG's fees is in lakhs. So 1 to 10 tak aap dekho to 1-2 lakh per year, right? You may spend 20-25 lakh rupees, right? If you go for a graduation engineering, 2-3-4 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees per year, maybe in good colleges, right? It plans to go for masters, maybe 15-20 lakh rupees as fees. So all in all, a good education system, good educational degree, if you want to achieve, you may have to spend 70 lakh rupees over 18 years. Yeah. Let us say by spending this money, you got a job where your package is 12 lakh rupees per year. Okay. Now let us understand a person who is making 1 lakh rupees, unka financial health kya? What would be a financial health of a person? Right? Pehle to 12 lakh ka package hai. Straight away your tax would be cut, right? So From this package, your net income would be 70,000 per month. 1 lakh rupees per month, 30% taxes and all, right? 70,000 rupees per month. But still you have a very good salary. You will have a good reputation in your group. Your friends will be appreciated. Wow, you have a good salary and falana dimka, right? So let us say you will purchase a car. होगा ना कुछ सालों के बाद आप गाड़ी वाड़ी लोगे. अब suppose not more costly but 6-7 lakh or 7-8 lakh rupees का car, where you had 2-3 lakh rupees का down payment, and you will pay a car loan of 10,000 rupees per month. Agreed? After a few years, right? After some time, you may go for a home loan. Agreed? Suppose not more costly, but 35-40 lakh rupees ka house, or maybe 50 lakh rupees ka house, where you have 10-15 lakh rupees from your parents or from relatives or from your saving, and you may have to go for a home loan, which not more than 25,000 rupees per EMI. Correct? Is it right or not? Is it true? A person who is in salary, who is in job, right, is to go through these things. A financial health of any person would remain like household expenses, 15-20,000 rupees per month. What else would be there? Recreation. I mean, you will go with your family, with your friends. Sometime you will go for a party. Sometime your friends will pay. Sometime you will have to pay. True. All in all, miscellaneous 5,000 rupees का हिसाब तो monthly मिलता ही नहीं है. कहीं ना कहीं खर्चा हो जाता है. Right? Your SIPs or basic investment maybe. अब सोचिए, a person who is making 70-80,000 rupees a month, right, while spending all this, right, which is requirement, which is basic requirement, क्या बचेगा उसके हाथ में? What would be saving? Will there be any saving? Can he plan for any investment? Any longer time investment? No. Yeah. If you look for an increment, but that increment, with every increment, expenses, the list of expenses will be there. Yeah. Now let us understand the reality of the job. A person who is making 1 lakh per month. Yeah, with most of you will understand this. Okay, let's understand the reality of job. The first thing is there any guarantee that tomorrow your job will be there? We must accept. I'll be very honest. When I was an employee, I never accepted this. I thought, no, I have a permanent job. I thought like this. Okay, once you become permanent employee, I thought that my company will never, leave me. I'll die with the company. I thought that, but practical scenario, we know how many companies are laying off. The reputed, organizations which were never, we never heard about any layoff in those companies. They are laying off today, right? Okay, any guarantee? No. Can you think about the recovery of your education cost that you spent so far, or that your parents had spent? In fact, we never think about, right? हम कभी ये सोचते ही नहीं ना नौकरी करते करते कि यार हमने अभी तक नौकरी करने मतलब यहाँ तक पहुंचने में जितना खर्चा किया है, will be able to recover that? Ask this question every employee. My answer that time when I started was no. It was not possible, right? Maintaining all this financial health, spending money in EMIs, it was very difficult, right? Is there any working hours or work-life balance? Because when an organization is paying you more than 1 lakh, right, the organization is also there to make profit. Yeah, I remember when I become supply chain manager, and my boss expect me to work even on Saturday and Sunday. Why? Because I'm a manager. His expectation might not be wrong, because he also represented a company. His boss would have asked him more, efforts. But do you think, would there be any work-life balance, which every employee talks about? There should be a balance of life. Yet there can be a work-life balance when you are working with 25,000, 30,000, 40,000 rupees ka salary, right? But if you are expecting more money from the job, they are expecting even more from you, right? A company will decide. A few days, 2-3 days back, I was there in Pune and was talking to one of my friends there in Pune while discussing the business, that many times a company decide, right, when you should have a guest at house, when you can become guest to somebody's house, right? Many times company decide when you will spend time with your wife or your husband. Directly or indirectly, company decide when you will have vacation with your family. True or not? What kind of shopping you should go for? What kind of paints your house should have? What kind of furniture you will have, right? Everything will be directly or indirectly dependent on your company. True. The time that you spend with your children will be decided by the company, because every early morning you have to wake up and go to office. Agreed? And there won't be any work-life balance. And now understand, when you're working for 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, sometime late hours in the office, when you don't get time to spend with your wife, with your parents, with your children, do you find any positive motivation? Right? We accept or we don't accept. Right? We'll have to operate ourselves in a negative motivation. That's what I realized. Right? When I was growing in as a corporate, right? What will be the growth path? Can your company keep giving you an increment of 20-25% every year till 30th year in your company? There will always be a glass ceiling. And the day when you'll keep growing, the politics, right? At every level, every steps, there's other politics, right? And we have to accept this. True? Because it's a narrow line over there. It's a narrow line. If you are a manager and you want to become a senior manager, there's a person who should give you that opportunity. That position will be vacant only that senior manager become the general manager or AGM. So he should be enough capable or talented to move ahead, right? या तो वो ऊपर जाएगा या बाहर जाएगा तभी तो वो वैकेंसी क्रिएट होता है ना. अब वो वहां पे नहीं जाता है तो there is only politics is आपको दबा के रखना, and that's what it happens. Once you reach to a middle management, and it is a way of it is a way of an employment, right? We have to accept. Okay. In all these things, you will have to upgrade your skills constantly, because every employer understands after 30-35 years of life, or age, ideally people look for settlement. True? We all of us, whoever are employed here, we would have ran in our early time. हम भाग गए होंगे, बहुत भागा होगा, इधर उधर का काम किया होगा, मस्त जॉब में फुल ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट एनर्जी के साथ भाग लिए होंगे. But after 35 years, when your children, right, are enough grown, you need settlement. You need to settle in some specific location. और उस टाइम पे क्या होगा, right? Company will understand कि आपको जितना पगार दे रही है उसी पगार में उसी सैलरी में they may find few other replacements, and that's why you have to constantly keep upgrading your skills. Yeah. ये सब करने के साथ में भी whatever you are doing, what would be the scope of future, right? Many parents, they promote their children to go for good jobs, comparing into neighborhood, comparing into relatives. Do we really understand what we are doing? Because जब कोई भी business में हम जाते हैं, when we talk about any business, we talk about futuristic scope. True or not? What is the future of the business? What would be a scope, right? What would be an opportunity? Do we really understand what are the opportunities for jobs? The artificial intelligence have taken everything. The chatbots, recently people would have heard in newspaper, chatbots doesn't need doctors really, right? If such technologies comes in the market, where are the jobs? There are few branches in Delhi or India, Indian many cities across India, which doesn't need any employee. A single mobile application that we use in a mobile, right? A banking application. Many people had lost their jobs in banking because of that. Do you guys remember when was the last time you actually practically went to a branch of any bank? I don't remember. I never went there. Everything happens over application nowadays. True? So day by day, job opportunities, right, are shrinking. In fact, most of the layoffs have started happening. Technology has started taking care of 5-10 people that they used to work earlier, right? So remaining and creating, a future in job would be difficult nowadays, right? And chalo theek hai, aapne 30-35 years, you had been working for the next 30-35 years. Do you think you can pass it to your legacy? You become CEO, you put your blood and sweat for years, but again, in order to take an assistant job, your son or your daughter may have to go through an interview in the same organization where you had actually built as an employee someday. Yeah, there's no legacy. True or not? Yeah, there are many people who spend 30-35 years, 37 years in a company. But the day when you leave that job, the day when you retired, the company move ahead. There's no legacy at all, right? And all these things, would that give you incremental growth? For some time you may get till you keep upgrading your skills. But as I told you, according to the incremental growth, the expenses will increase all the way with all these things. Do you think the realities, with this reality, will you be able to create any corpus, right? Any saving or any investment? See, I'll tell you guys, if any of you are in employment, we really don't get time to understand and to think of such realities. Going to office, coming back to home, going to office, coming back to home, has take most of our time. True or not? Right? If we kept doing after a few years, then we accept, okay, fine, this is what the life is. Now we cannot go to other options. Yeah. Now let us understand. Let's not be only sorry. Let's not talk about only job. What if you are in a profession? You are CA or an expert doctor or a law practitioner, right? What if something, let's say a doctor, a best doctor of the town who is a heart specialist, cardiac surgeon. What if something happened to his finger? Will he be able to retain the same income? Few years back, I had a meeting in Ahmedabad and there was a pediatrician. I'm sorry. There was a pediatrician. He'd been practicing last 15 years. And I was really surprised because he was so successful in the town or in his whatever location that he belonged to. He had a hospital of 20-25 bed, and he's making 15-20 lakh every month. I asked him, Yaar, you are a successful doctor making 20 lakhs every month. Why are you looking for a business opportunity? He simply said, Yogesh, it's been 12-13 years for me in the hospital that I started. And my son is 13 years old. When he was supposed to born, he was about to born, I started the hospital. I could not give 13 days ka holiday or 13 days ka vacation to my son in last 13 years. Because every time, right, if I take a leave or take a break from my profession, right, it becomes risk for me. Because every profession is competitive. The patients who are supposed to come to them, there are other hospitals are waiting for them. Yeah. He said, I am a doctor and I sell myself. If I'm not there, my hospital doesn't work. True. So even if you are in any profession, does that create any guarantee? Yeah. Do you think it gives you, any legacy anymore? Will you always have an incremental growth? Right? And even if, let's say if you're in a job in next 5 years, you imagine 15-20% annual increment every year. But that would be adjusted in annual inflation, market hikes. Yeah. Any uncertain expense happen in a family, any uncertain situation or any specific incident happen, you will be back financially, you'll be 5 years back again. You will start with the square one. True or not? This is a reality of a job. If you take and understand in detail, let's understand the other way, the reality of QNet versus the job, right? Now, when you start this business, your current income would be zero. Against the job, which can give you from the first month itself, it will give you an income as a salary. Because you would have spent 60-70 lakh or maybe, lots of money in education. Here in business, on the first day, you might not have any income, right? But let us understand what would be reality with that. The reality of QNet, the first, it can be done with a job. Do you think with this job, profession that we had gone through, will you be able to do any business along with this? Otherwise, आप job के साथ job तो कर नहीं सकते. True. This business can be done with any job, right? You can be managed. You can manage any adjustable hours in your schedule, right? What else? Here you can become a beneficiary of others' mistakes. We all of us know, right? It's an equal partnership business, right? So your growth would be your appliance growth, right? And your loss would be your appliance loss. So here nobody wants you to lose anything. In fact, right, your upline and the people who are above you will be more careful for your growth. They will have your plan of success. When you tell them about your dreams, right, they will have a better understanding for your dreams. True, right? Because here in this business, they will never let you do all those mistakes they've been through. Isn't that good? Because if you start your own business, whatever mistakes that you commit, you have to learn from your mistakes only. Your own mistakes. वहां पे आपको कोई बताने के लिए नहीं आएगा कि भाई मैंने ये किया था, ऐसे मत करना. गवर्नमेंट का ये रूल चेंज हो गया या फिर लॉस चेंज हो गया. Nobody is going to tell you. Here There's always, as I told you before, right? There will be a person who can guide you. Yeah. What else? No insecurity. It means no politics. Why no insecurity? Imagine tomorrow after 3-4 years, you are expert of the business. Now you learn everything. You can run your business. You have a huge team. You're making lots of money and achieving your dreams. And you reach to your upline saying that, bro, I don't need you anymore now. Okay, I can run my business by myself. Do you think your upline would mind? Would he be happy or sad? He would be more happy, right? True or not? But what if you say the same thing in your office? What if you say to your boss, I don't need you, I know what I have to do in my job? Would he like it? Right? And that's why in the job, when you grow, right, if you are talented and skilled and you are growing better than the senior that you have, he or she would be insecure. The people above you, a senior person, will be insecure. Here will be very happy, right? Okay. No prior education required. In order to do the job, you need it, right? आपको MBA करना होगा, आपको specific degree चाहिए. If you want to go in finance, you need a finance degree. Here, आप कुछ भी पढ़ के आए हो, कोई prior education की जरूरत नहीं है. We have ample of examples of people who never passed the 10th and they are making crores in the business. Only post education is required. Education as in there are certain trainings, there are 4-5 weeks of training that most of you will go through. Yeah. In this business of QNet, the only thing which is required is follow these successful people 100%. Is that difficult? It is difficult, I'm telling you, right? Because we are not trained to follow such people. We are trained to follow the systems. Understand? We in office, when you've been told that you have to report at 8 a.m. in the morning, you will report at 7:55. But in this business, there is no system. Your upline is your business partner, is not your boss. Right? So most of people take this very lightly. Guys, I can tell you one thing. If any of you, believe me, if any of you can do this business as a job for next 2 years, a success is guaranteed. But most of us do not do this. Right? Because here there is nobody who can tell you, you have to do this. Right? You will be told you should do this. If you do this, you will reach here. You will be able to reach here. But the problem, if you don't follow this successful, I'll tell you, the smart people are those people, right, who understand whom to follow 100%. Find out a person in this business and follow them 100%. You will have your upline, right? Okay. What you have to, sacrifice, what is the cost here in this business is maybe for next 4-5 years, you may have a little less sleep. You might not get time to chat, right? This is the reality I'm telling you guys, right? If you want to really become successful and come out, from wherever you are, and if you're planning to become, planning to have financial freedom and time freedom, the cost is little less sleep, right? You might not get time to watch the series over Netflix. Maybe might not get a time for a WhatsApp chat, maybe a Facebook chat, right, or Instagram for initial, few months or few years. Would that be fine? By sacrificing few hours in the sleep and few entertainment, a small part of entertainment can ensure us a wealth generation, right? For our children, for their children. Wouldn't that be fine? Yeah? This you have to ask to yourself. Okay. And hunger to succeed. Because I'm telling you guys, right? As I told you, I'm 6-7 years. I have found many people in the business who are more smarter, more skilled, more talented than me, right? And I found people who were not even educated as I am. But I found people, only those people who remained in the business, or those remained, are those who had hunger to succeed. Because that was the only thing which kept them here in ups and downs in all the time of the business, right? Other quits. And that is why you'll find most of the time we keep talking about dreams and goals, because those are the only things which will, help you sustain in the business, right? Okay. And no much personal growth. You should be willing to adapt the change. You should be willing to learn lots of new things. If you're open to do these things, everything is easy. This is the reality. There is no hard, tough task. I'll tell you, in this business, nobody will ask you to do anything which is difficult. You'll be asked to do all, easy things. You have to do it 100%. Yeah, but the problem, हमें मोस्टली कॉम्प्लेक्स थिंग ही पसंद आती है, इजी छोटी छोटी जो इजी थिंग होती है ना उसको हम एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते, राइट? ओके, द ओनली थिंग इज इट विल बी लिटिल डिले ग्रेटिफिकेशन, राइट? as we have, you most of you would have understood business A and business C, जब हम business देखा होगा, plan A and plan B, right? Most of us as a 97% people we are addicted to think of instant gratification. इसीलिए हम बिजनेस में आने के बाद तुरंत क्या देखते हैं, कितना जल्दी हमें पैसे मिलेंगे, how soon we can make money. This business will take little longer as in as soon as you learn, right, as soon as you get the control over your skills to start making money, it may take a month or so, right? Focus in the personal growth and money and finance will follows you. Yeah, simple चीज है यार, 2-3 चीजें हैं, should be patience, hard working and discipline. इतनी चीजें आपको जितनी बताई जाएगी, right, in next 4-5 years or initial trainings of 5-6 weeks, right, remain disciplined. Discipline maybe in calling, discipline in inviting, discipline in showing the plans, sharing the opportunities, discipline in training, right? Discipline, and I'll tell you, there are few books in the business, right? Not more than 4-5 books. 4-5 crore कमाने के लिए you may have to read 4-5 books. It means per book 1 crore. Read as if you are going to earn 1 crore from the book. Can we do this? Is it possible? These easy things you will have to do in the business. Yeah, nothing difficult would ever been asked. Okay, so let's understand कि ये सब realities के साथ, right, with right discipline, with following the right people at right time, with with the mindset of delayed gratification and with right goals, if you are willing to work here for next 5 years, this business can give you from zero income from day one. In next 5 years you can reach to 8-10 lakh per week. This is possible here, right? Now यहाँ पे जैसे in option A we understood an annual inflation or everything, would that matter here? Any inflation, would it matter? In fact, inflation brings more opportunity for the business. Yeah, so understand this QNET opportunity versus all single points that we have discussed. अब सोचिए वही बच्चे को वापस जाके पूछेंगे हम, what if we go to the same person, same kid, asking what should we do, what opportunity should we go for? क्या बोलेंगे? QNET? Agreed or not? Agreed or not? Yeah. So guys, see, simple cheese. Many times when you start a business, right, we focus on the activity. As I always discuss, every business has a vision, has a concept and a process, right? Many times we take that, we do that mistake that we understand the process as a business. Yeah, expanding the network, building a business, right, there is a specific process, right? And process has a standard operating strategies, right? You will have different modules to train you. You will go through everything, right? Process is not difficult ever if you are willing to learn. Correct? So when I started, I was at your place 6-7 years back. Today, when I look into the business, I find the difference. Business is totally different. Yeah, I find lots of time freedom. Every day I wake up at 11:30 in the morning, right, till 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. I will have a time to spend with my wife, with my daughter, with my parents, right? I go to watch movie with my dad, right? We share a relationship like friends, just because I've got time from the business. So many things. See, most of the time what happens, we as a 97% people, we think growth is only finance. In a society, आपने देखा होगा लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि anybody who is growing are the people who purchase good cars, who travel at good locations, right? My mentor always told me a few things, that in this business you will go through 4 different growth, right? A personal growth, social growth, spiritual growth. If you ensure the growth in all the 3 aspects, the financial growth is byproduct. Correct? Right? So see, there are 2 times you may have to take decision in this business. Correct? All of us are here in this on the screen because we have taken a decision. We have taken a decision to start, to be a part of this business. True? Right? but the other decision that is yet pending is to start the business. If you can take this decision, right? Yes, I want to start this business. Understand, starting a business means following all those aspects, right? Following all those learning that your upline will tell you. Instruction, training schedules, skills, right? So guys, the only thing that I did, I took the decision when I went through this module. You know, because see, I'll tell you guys, most of it, we don't understand the time. हमें लगता है बहुत टाइम पड़ा है. We spent enough time, right? काफी सारे लोग इसमें से कोई somebody is 25 year old, somebody is 30 year old, somebody 35, 65, whatever time you have. I mean, have you guys heard about a cable bridge collapsed in Gujarat? If you had heard in news, few months back there was a cable bridge nearby town. It collapsed, right? And a friend of friend, he was there on the bridge with his 6-7 year old daughter, right? And he was no more. I met him before that accident, 4 days before, right? He was very happy. He purchased a Creta. He met me. I was celebrating. We had a small party, and I was just thinking when I heard that news, he was 36 year old, I remember, right? So sense of urgency is something that we really don't understand. We take things lightly. Okay, let me share you the last thing that I really understand in my life. Okay, let us understand that, you know, this blue line is a line of life. Okay, the first point is a point there where you born, and the second point is a point where we are going to die. Ask this question to yourself: where are you on this line? Where are you on this line? The few of you will say, I'm here. Maybe few of you will say, I'm here, right? A few of you will say, I'm here. True. My question to you, a simple question: how do you know that tomorrow is your last day? How do you know the point that you choose, right? What if that point is the last point? Do we really know? क्या हमें सच में पता है? Right? I mean, understand, if tomorrow something can happen to us, हमें कुछ होता है तो हमारी फैमिली को नहीं होता ना. I realized that when I started the business, if I met with an accident, right, तो मेरी फैमिली को नहीं होने वाला है कुछ, but they are going to suffer. Right, guys? So if you really had understood whatever we discussed in last 1.5 hours, okay, if you really had concluded from option A to option B and from profession to QNet, right, my request to you is that take the decision today, right? Take the decision. Guys, believe me, this brain that all of us have, right, is a brain of a 97%. It's not a brain of a 3%, right? And this brain delays. It likes to delay things, right? So that's it, guys. That's it from me. Okay. I wish that all of you take a decision. And if you have taken a decision, write one single line to the person who has referred to you or whoever is your upline, that I have taken decision and I'm willing to follow the business and the training 100%. Please guide me to my dream. Write this message to your upline, right? All the best. See you somewhere, right? I mean, guys, just do it properly and you really don't know कि ये बिजनेस आपको कहां तक लेके जा सकता है. All the best for your future and happy trainings ahead. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.